Good morning, everybody. As I enjoy my morning coffee before I get to work, I thought I'd review something since, of course, I have a history with Smokey Saint, and I've been on both sides of the equation, both sides of actually all of it. In the initial point, don't bother me with this, to the whole hate train, to now just, you know what, this doesn't seem to make much sense. But there was a moment I noticed from my friend Dave, the news unit's channel, that didn't appear TTOR, Justin Derby, or Brett Keane caught. So let me see if I can share that screen and hopefully I'll get the audio right this time. Let's see. There's the button. This was an excerpt that Dave posted on his channel, and I'm assuming is from the Smokey Saint debate with Brett. I left a comment so um, I can refer to timestamps, but let me ensure that the audio is right. Let's see. Okay, volume's all the way up. I'm going to mute me, and I'm going to now try to play these clips.
Even when you prove them wrong. So
You didn't take the plea. You're not Josh.
Even if you proved him wrong, well, you're not listening, Dustin. You're just.
I don't have to listen. I'm making a point about identification.
Get rid of him. Can we get rid of him? He has nothing.
Dustin, just take a breather, all right? We'll let you
He
back
has
up in a
nothing.
little while.
He's talking about things that don't exist, and then he's puzzled that they don't exist. I don't know how to help him.
Dustin, I understand the passion and anger, but we got to let the two have the
Dustin's
conversation.
pissed now, you know.
Please, Dustin, all right?
Can we get back to like where I was with TTR? Now I don't even remember where.
Back to the Innocence Project about your case? Back to the Innocence.
Basically, I've been here today and all over the internet. Is everyone?
Have you contacted them yet?
Of evidence? Who contacted who? What?
Have you contacted the Innocence Project about your case?
Josh has not contacted the Innocence Project yet. No. He's about to. Actually, in fact, a couple of people in his family are actually helping him with that right now to contact. The problem is lawyers sometimes don't like to touch this, and the Innocence Project has hundreds, actually probably at this point thousands of files to get through, and they deal with what they can, when they can do it. But he is compiling, as far as I know, some stuff to deal with that right now. The idea was actually to, as far as I know, that was communicated to the cult. He was going to sue Ttor, but no one was willing to take the case because of the status. Like, she was at the status of a victim, he had the status of the offender, so they weren't willing to even look at the case or consider it. So the claim of suing for defamation not only would be expensive, probably fruitless, because likely she doesn't really have anything, and then also on top of that, it's not really going to get you really anything out of it at all. If anything, you could have something, a piece of paper to wave around that looks she was caught lying and proven in court, but that's really all you'd get, and it won't really do anything for the state of the evil and the pain that's been caused through it, through lies and perjury.
So we have people
So what you're
backstage,
saying,
but I'm not going to allow anybody up into the conversation.
Stop sharing. So let's take the other me off of the screen and make me full size. If Smokey Saint had a conversation or contact with Josh Herbel, where he is speaking to Josh Herbel, inviting him to come on his channel, Josh Herbel declines, then that means Smokey isn't Josh. True, one may say that special pleading could apply. It is possible that Smokey is not telling the truth. It is possible it's a red herring. I acknowledge those things. But unless you have some kind of delusional schizophrenia going on here, then if Smokey is talking to Josh behind the scenes at some unknown point, and Josh is not going to come on the panel, that would make that two people. Surprisingly, it doesn't appear that anyone caught that in their discussion. Of course, there are people who hate Smokey, so no matter what you tell them, they will just repeat this, like TTOR, like Bill Cuthbert, like Hell's Attorney, but this is nothing to sleep on. And I'm not a Smokey Saint apologist. I just can't help but notice. How can you possibly have it such that if Smokey is talking to another individual and the other individual declines to come on his channel, then that's not Josh? And that would mean that all the people who are repeating this whole Smokey is Josh Herbel, who is guilty, would be slandering the piss out of them. Now, I doubt that many of these people will understand the weight of something like this, but I do wonder if that is the case, are there going to be people from the other side of the camp who will admit that if that's true, they've viciously slandered Smokey for a few years now and ought to apologize? I don't think that they will, simply because they are willing to violate their alleged Christian ethics to do virtually anything.